Good day. Today we're going to start the first of 3 movies on how to use the XL fixture for milling bangle bracelets and large objects. This step is how to create a hub. The files used in this tutorial are contained in the zip file that is associated with the tutorial. There are 2 actual files inside. One is an RVOC mill-ready file for a generic 9mm thick hub centered in the XL fixture, and the other is a 3DM matrix file of the hub and curves. Here we are in matrix. Here is my hub. Now, the hub sample that we're going to be building, the curves come from a file that is available on the forums created by Jill Weisbrot and Kent West, showing how to move models to other locations in the Revo A and Revo B auto flip fixture, meaning off of the center of the universe. This file is going to be available with the movie. Here are the follow curve functions that actually drill the holes to create the hub, including the arrow. And you will notice that in the side view, or let's start up here and looking down. And looking down, the arrow is pointing up. In the side view, the arrow, which is this piece right here, the arrowhead is in the lower position. Side view is rotated. We're looking down in looking down. This is the correct orientation for the model. Any other orientation, and you are no longer in alignment for mating up with the other fixtures, specifically with the 3-prong mandrel. So this is the orientation you want to be in. What I did is I made a circle into a disc. This is 20 millimeters wide by 9 millimeters thick. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to offset, and I like using U04. I'm going to offset by a 0.5 millimeter the 7 millimeter ring rail that I've got in here. So what I'll do is I'll say distance 0.5, hit the button, come out here and click it, and there's my 0.5 millimeter. And the reason I did that, 7 millimeter ring rail is a nice standard ring rail. It also puts me outside all 3 of my pins on my 3-pin mandrel, called the hub fixture, or the center hub fixture on the Revo C mill. And that's all the further out we're going to mill. Having done that, the very first thing you want to do is job bag. Always job bag, job bag, job bag. You'll never get into trouble. Go to builder. We go to our C builder. Grab the model, doesn't matter where. You're always going to get the view as seen in perspective. It comes in as a ring model. The first thing we're going to do, which is kind of counterintuitive, we're going to turn off the ring model. We're going to go to a non-ring, so we're going to ignore the ring rail. We're going to turn off user supports. We don't need them. And rather than pick the XL fixture, which is where you would think we would be working, nope, we're going to treat it as if we're in the standard dual fixture. Now we're going next. Here's where we get into the next cool trick. We're going to come down here and pick the 95 by 105 by 10 millimeter wax. We go next, 2 sides, we don't have any choice here. We go to, I like to make mine coarse, I like to cut it faster, saves a little bit of time. And here we have our 2 parts. Part 1, we're going to tell it we want to have a custom border. Come down here, click custom border, and we turn on, we pick my user 04 layer. Close that down. Subpart 2, same thing, use the same border, the 0.5 millimeter offset from the ring rail. There's those. Now we have to add steps for cutting out the hub. So these are all follow curves, both of them. That gives us a new part 2. Follow curve top, you bet. The top are these in the side view. We come down here, and this will also always come in as a top, so we have to change it to a bottom, or we're going to have some real interesting problems. And we grab the bottom curves, put those in here, and now we can make our style. Here we have it. We can take a look at it. We'll come up here to part 1, open part 1 up by double-clicking it, click subpart 1. Subpart 1 is the milling of the top. Subpart 2, milling of the bottom. Down to subpart 2, part 2, subpart 2. 1, there's cutting down from the top. Here's cutting up from the bottom. That's it. We will save that and attach it to the zip file with this movie.